WWE and AEW are fighting hard over a free agent, plus a major setback in Kenny Omega's recovery, and future plans for an NXT star have been revealed. It's all in the Cultaholic Wrestling news right now. Earlier today, we talked about Okada leaving New Japan Pro Wrestling. A press statement from New Japan confirmed it. He's wrapping up in February. And we spoke this morning about how it very much feels like he's off to AEW. Tony Khan put some tweets out that suggested as such, but it might not be that cut and dry, according to the Wrestling Observer, Adam.
That's right. Dave Meltzer, writing both WWE and AEW, made pitches for him. One person close to Okada said nothing has started yet, but both are going to fight for him hard. So it looks like at the moment, AEW have made the better offer. However, WWE are not giving up yet. I don't want to see him go to AEW.
Because we've seen him in AEW, haven't we?
It's not just that. I just want to see what he can do in WWE. Like, he'll stand out so much in WWE, and for me, I think there are more dream matches in WWE. I'll be happy either way, right? I'm really excited to see wherever he goes, but the WWE thing is more tantalizing for me.
And WWE are keen to show that they can showcase Okada. In the Observer today, they mentioned something that's been talked about a little bit, in the sense that the presentation of Shinsuke Nakamura is almost being done as a way to prove to Okada that Japanese wrestlers can be looked after and presented in a professional manner, something that, you know, historically WWE hasn't been particularly great at, but in this new era they can be, and that's a big part of their push to get Okada. The Observer also says that basically Okada believes he did all that he could do in Japan, and because of the economic differences in wrestling, because sports rights fees just aren't close to the same level in Japan, the American scene is far more lucrative, and money's talking.
He's spot on though. He really has done everything there is to do, 50 times over, in fact.
And he's such a young guy as well, like barely mid-30s, and the world at his feet, and he's already achieved so much.
Makes you sick, doesn't it?
It makes you feel sick. He's going out with a bang for New Japan Pro Wrestling. So his contract does expire on the 31st, but he's doing a couple of other dates on the New Beginnings tour, and one very important match for his last night.
Absolutely. One final singles match between Hiroshi Tanahashi and Okada taking place on Sunday, February 11th, which is set to be Okada's last night in New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Now, the first time that these two fought was in 2012 at the Edion Arena. It was the night that Okada became world champion. So how fitting that the final match in the same arena.
Full circle.
I love that.
Yeah, it's really nice. And like his contract actually expires right at the end of January, doesn't it? So he's sticking around just to tie up some loose ends, which I think is a really admirable thing to do as well. It's really cool of him. But I don't know. It's a very, very exciting time. Obviously to be a wrestling fan in general, but things have just ramped up even more. Like, theoretically, we could see Okada at WrestleMania this year if WWE outbid AEW. What a great position to be in for him, man.
It's a champagne problem, as we say in my house. It's a champagne problem. Where do we go? He could be in the Rumble. No, he wouldn't be in the Rumble. He could be in the Rumble, and he won't be.
No, he won't be in the Rumble. I think he'll probably go to AEW, but my heart is set and I'm going to WWE personally.
That would be very nice to see. A major setback for Kenny Omega. So Kenny is out of action at the time being. Talked very much a lot of conversation about him suffering diverticulitis, being pulled from all AEW programming. Some rough news in the Observer today about Kenny.
Yeah, due to the inflammation being so bad, he couldn't have surgery at the time, and as of last week, still hasn't had it. The decision will be made in about 7 weeks. That's the decision on the surgery, so a long time before that decision is even made, based on his healing. But if he does have the surgery, that is going to put him out of action for significantly longer, of course. There's no time frame on when he will return at this point.
So it's looking like April or May before we even decide on surgery for Kenny.
I doubt we'll see him this year.
No.
Sucks, doesn't it?
Really, really sucks. And, just Kenny took an extended time off after he lost the AEW World title, and then slowly came back in and was really getting back into rhythm. And now we probably won't see him until, I would say, at the earliest, mid-2025.
Rough. Really, really rough.
That's a push.
But Okada might be in there then, and what a bloody confrontation that will be. Okada, Kenny comes straight back.
What's he going to do between now and then? He can join Jeff Jarrett and Total Non-Stop Arseholes. That's what he can do. Don't tell real Jeff Jarrett that his group's called Total Nonstop Arse. It's annoying me, Adam, right?
Every time you say real Jeff Jarrett without
real
the
Jeff,
at.
as opposed to fake Jeff Jarrett,
right.
my mate Jeff. The thing is, I've been saying, don't tweet at real Jeff Jarrett, call your group Total Nonstop Arseholes, or don't tweet at real Jeff Jarrett, just arsehole. Because it makes him sad. And I've been asking people not to, and they keep doing it. I don't know what to do.
You're poking the bear.
No, I'm not. I'm asking people not to tweet real Jeff Jarrett, Total Nonstop Arseholes.
It shows a total lack of respect on our viewers' part.
Yeah.
To not follow your orders.
How disrespectful are you to keep tweeting at real Jeff Jarrett?
All right, moving on. You've got someone else to plug now.
Total non-stop arseholes. We have, look at that. So OVW star Luke Curtis, right? He's challenging for the NWA World's title. If you watch Wrestlers on Netflix, this is the guy that had that spontaneous promo at Al Snow where he declared he should be world champion and he proposed to his girlfriend in the ring and all this stuff. And it got a lot of traction. It made him a bit of a viral sensation.
You might have seen it on r/cringe.
May have turned up there as well. I had a lovely chat with certified Luke Curtis for the Cultaholic Wrestling News podcast feed. And we talked about a bunch of things. He's very grateful for his time. He's currently having an OVW. He talks about his upcoming NWA World's title match with EC3. But also asked him about WWE. And he said it was something that he wasn't pursuing. But WWE knew where to find him. What else did he say, Azam?
He went on to say they know me. They know exactly where to find me. I've worked for them many times already. Triple H looked at me like a piece of candy. He looked at me many times like, I wonder what it would be like if that guy was here. If I was there, I'd tear that place down. I think he's a hell of a worker.
He's
got everyone talking. Yeah. I really like him. He's a good laugh.
So much of wrestling is getting conversations going.
Yep.
He's done that a lot in the last 12 months or so and continues to do it now. You can hear the full interview on the all-new Cultaholic Wrestling News podcast feed over the weekend. It's a brand new podcast feed that has 10-minute wrestling news throughout the week and exclusive interviews on the weekend. Cultaholic.com/Apple or Cultaholic.com/Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts from. Search Cultaholic Wrestling News.
Give it 5 stars as well.
Oh, yes!
It's tough launching a new thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a bit.
Yeah, go on, sort it out. Let's talk about Von Wagner.
This'll help. Now, Von Wagner has been conspicuous by his absence, and that has made us all somewhat sad. But don't worry, he's coming back in good voice. Wrestling Observer says, regarding Von Wagner being off TV, there's no story to it. It's just not been used. But don't worry, there is a happy ending. Not that sort. Stop it. There was no injury or anything like that. It's not been used. He wrestled prior to the NXT show this past week, which makes me feel like he did it when no one was there.
It would be very him.
Go on, Von, it's your match now. Is it? But no one's here. It's fine. Okay.
I like him. I don't know. I want to see him do this.
They give him like a kids kids NXT title, like the old NXT title. There you go. You won the. I did it. When will this be on YouTube? Oh,
he's great. I really like Von Wagner. I'm not doing this. I really like him. He's good fun.
Can't see it on YouTube. I'll reset your browser, reset your router.
They're your cookies, mate. They'll be there.
Now, okay, he did wrestle before NXT. He's back on the show. He's back there shooting the beginning of an angle with Noam Dar, and he seemingly is replacing Josh Briggs in an angle that they have been pushing for weeks. So I don't know what's, obviously Briggs is out, Von Wagner's all the rage again. So there's no reason for him to be away, just waiting time off. I think there was some rumor and innuendo about an injury, but that wasn't the case. He's fine, he's healthy, he's good to go, just waiting for something to do.
I like him tremendously.
I
do.
He's
become a lot. We're in a really weird hot time for ironically liking wrestlers right now, right? And Von Wagner falls into that sort of Jinder, Omos, whoever sort of thing. But I legitimately really like him. I think he's got a hell of a future ahead of him.
And when he first came in, the general consensus was he's going to headline WrestleMania, that lad. Yeah.
And he will.
He'll be there.
Put money on it.
Will you literally put money on it?
Yeah, quid.
Get yourself to Ladbrokes now. I want to quit. I want you to walk in without cracking a smile and going, can I put £1 on Von Wagner headlining WrestleMania at some point?
Get out.
We'll have more wrestling news throughout the day at cultaholic.com. What's happening on the channel over the weekend?
Goodness me, we have got the rise and fall of CM Punk in AEW, a Ross voiceover 1-hour documentary. It's a beautiful piece of work. We have got every final elimination from every Royal Rumble.
Nice.
Ranked worst to best. Got there in the end, 40 odd entries on that. That's tomorrow. And what's the other thing? Where are they now? What happened to that wrestler from Royal Rumble 2014? One of the most controversial Royal Rumbles ever.
Main eventing's got me lamenting. It's on the channel over the weekend. Stay safe. Love you. Bye.